So the Solly. Really just going to talk about how to play the Solly today. Not going to be how to play a specific map, it's going to be general tactics on what to do and how to use your weapons. Generally there are two ways to play the soldier. The names come from competitive and they're not quite the same in pub play as they are in competitive, but the names will do. There's pocket play when you're trying to work with the medic and your main bulk of your team, or there's roaming play where you go a bit more on your own and try and flank the team, and we'll talk a bit more about that later. So what else is to say about Solly? Well, you have 200 health, which is quite a lot of health, so your second healthiest class compared to, other than the heavy who has 300, but you're quite slow, so you have a speed of 82%, and if you just run around and you play other classes, you'll notice how slow the soldier is. But actually the soldier is one of the most mobile classes because you can get around the battlefield very quickly because you can rocket jump, and that becomes a really big plus point to playing the soldier, and you'll use that to your advantage a lot once you master it. So the basic loadout is the standard rocket launcher, the shotgun and the shovel. So for the standard rocket launcher you get 4 rockets, you get an ammo set of 20, you do quite a lot of damage. Now at short range you'll do 105 to 112 damage, so you can almost one-shot a scout at close range. Medium range is still reasonable, 50 to 90 damage. Long range is a bit rubbish, 45 to 60. So the rocket launcher has flash damage, and this is really useful. So you don't have to hit things directly. So can I get someone standing near a wall, please? On red, I'm blue, aren't I? Someone stand near a wall. Okay, the poor medic's going to get it. Or one of the Solly, yeah, because I might kill one of you if I get a crit. So if you aim over here, even hitting there, can you see the distance between the rocket mark and the medic? I still did 44 damage hitting here. 57 that time, and I'm nowhere near hitting them. It's really important to use your splash damage because you get a huge area where you do quite significant damage. If you hit them directly, there you go, sorry medic, that was 91. But if you get, even quite a good way away, you can still do 50 or 60 damage.
User was moved to your channel.
You really want to use that to your advantage.
Oh no.
Particularly if you see health packs or engie dispensers, because you get lots of weak people running for a single target, and you can just spam that. Even if you can't hit it directly, you can spam near to it and you'll get lots of kills. It's well worth knowing how far your blast radius is. So I suggest the blues sort of separate themselves out and let the reds get an idea of how big the splash radius is by shooting at us. So just sort of spread out a bit and let the reds have a go, and then let the see what damage you do when you hit people. That's well worth having on, and then you get a feeling. So like, didn't get any then. 45 on that Solly, even though he was nowhere near me, but I hit the crate next to him for splash damage. So just get a feel for how big the splash radius is, because it's surprising how far away you can aim and still do damage.
It's really off-putting, that noise.
Okay, is that enough chaos?
Never.
Okay, cool. Sentry second. That's cool. Okay, right. So the next weapon. Right, we can stop killing each other. The next weapon you have in your standard arsenal is the shotgun, and this is really useful. You get 6 shots. You get, how many do you get? 32 in your clip, and it's pretty good because you get reasonable damage. This, very close up, you do 80 or 90 damage, which is almost as good as a normal rocket if you get a good meat shot. But it drops off very quickly. So mid-range and long range, it's pretty rubbish. Sort of 10 to 30. The crit hit will give you 180. So always switch to your shotgun when you run out of rockets because it does a lot of damage. And as a rule, the shotgun is really underutilized by most soldiers, including myself. I'm terrible for switching to it. I should switch to it more. I know it's really great, but I don't. But yeah, if you get a couple of rockets on someone, you switch to the shotgun, and then you can finish them off quite quickly. The other class that it's very useful for is against air blasting pyros, because if they're really good, if you keep firing rockets at them, you're going to get yourself killed. So then just switch to the shotgun, and a couple of shots and they're usually down. So you have to be quite close to get a decent shot. But the bullets spread out. If you fire at wall at different distances, you can see what the spread pattern is. And then the final weapon of your main arsenal, which I haven't got equipped because I never use it, is the shovel. And it's reasonable as a melee weapon, but it is a last resort. It's not particularly useful. So you just, if you've run out of rockets and you've run out of shotgun shells loaded, then whack them with the shovel.